Hi, if you're seeing this, I made an oopsie. Looking back at the footage of the episode, I totally had forgotten to give everybody a proper introduction before we went into the quick reviews, and that is totally my fault. So before the beginning of the episode, I want to give everybody a quick shout out and a thank you for joining the episode. In the episode, we had the Popcorn Podcast hosts. We had Ryan and Tommy. We also had Chris, who was Ed with Ego from a couple episodes ago, and the Cinema Showcase. And of course, Ricky, who is our recurring guest. He is a great friend of mine, and they were all just a blast to talk with. This is the one episode each season I look forward to recording, and I'm so thankful they had the time and they were willing to join. All their social media is in our description, so be sure to go check them out. We want to thank them again for their time and their energy into this episode. It was a damn good time, and as always, enjoy. There are a few moments in this year I look forward to. We had the Super Bowl, of course, as Americans. We have the Macy's Day Parade, again, as Americans, which is just an iconic thing, just a staple. But then there's this. Summer hits, Block Party. Damn it! I rehearsed it so often! Whatever.
Not enough.
Whatever. All right. Welcome to the Tu-Vie Podcast, your TV movie entertainment needs podcast. As you can see, we have a wide variety of people here with us today. It is the Summer Block Party episode, the one episode I look forward to every single year, and it's our midsummer break. Gonna kick it off with a great quick review.
Speed. I am speed.
Must go faster.
The humane thing to do is to make it quick.
Cameron, set us off with the triple header you had. You had, say it again?
Ballerina, Phoenician Scheme, and Materialists.
Which order? Did you see that in that order, or did you see it?
Yeah, in that order. Yeah.
Damn. All right. Go for it.
Ballerina was fine. It was very much felt like stitched together, especially Mr. Wick's inclusion. But the action was fine. It felt like every moment that they spent trying to tie into the larger John Wick universe was a moment they could have had to make me give any level of a shit about the characters, and I just didn't.
Okay. Because wasn't it originally like an original story, and they just included John Wick last minute?
Yeah, it was like just like a generic action script, and then they were like, this could probably fit into John Wick.
Cool.
But it's fine. There's worse ways to spend your day. Phoenician Scheme, probably the lowest I felt on a recent Wes.
Really?
But it's still good. It just didn't grab me as much as Asteroid City or Isle of Dogs. But it's still good. Very pretty. I will take an okay Wes Anderson movie over most things that come out these days. And then Materialists, I really enjoyed. I thought it was very sweet, an interesting take on the dating scene and how we find value in the people we are with.
Cool.
I would say it's not a rom-com. Don't go in thinking it's a rom-com. The marketing has set people up to not like what this movie is.
Oh, bummer. I mean,
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't like rom-coms, so I was actually worried about that. Thank you.
It's much more of a rom-dram, actually.
More
dramatic.
Drama-rom.
Yeah.
Nice.
But good movies overall.
And the Popcorn Podcast, I know you guys did a recent episode about this. So Tommy, Ryan, either one of you, both of you, whichever you feel like. Ballerina, you want to?
Yeah. We did a
just
review.
Throwing it over to him. Just giving the responsibility with a mouthful of Monster. Okay.
He's been sipping that, dude. He sips Monster every single podcast and then wonders why he burps throughout the entire thing. And it's every single time. Anyways, yeah, we reviewed Ballerina with our our decent acquaintance named Connor. Not a podcaster, so don't think very highly of him. But we reviewed it and kind of had similar thoughts. It held the similar style of the John Wick universe, but just didn't have the execution that you're looking for. So I think we agreed it was the weakest of the franchise so far. However, I still thought it was a pretty fun action movie. So I did enjoy the movie. I just feel like there were a lot of weak points that could have been better.
Was it writing, acting, or like what was kind of the weaker bit of it?
I feel like the writing, kind of like what Cameron was saying, John Wick felt very forced to be in there. I would have maybe if it was somebody different, like I thought of the tracker from John Wick 4. If it was him instead, it may have made a little bit more sense and just throw in a familiar character if you really want to. But John Wick being in there was the first couple scenes with him I thought were good. The last couple were very forced in my opinion. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Tommy, I mean, you want to...
I don't really got anything to add. I think Ryan killed it with that review.
All right. Cool. Ricky, you said you saw Ballerina too, right? Because you're a huge John Wick fan.
I am, yes.
So how do you feel about this? Are you kind of in the minority?
I enjoyed it as an action movie, as an entry in the John Wick universe. I think pretty much Popcorn Guy said it the best, that it's an addition. It's there. You know, if you want to see a decent action movie, it's there. The action was great. I mean, when Keanu, his scenes were forced, but when he was on there, it's like, oh, he's still John Wick.
Nice.
I mean, it was great to see him again, because I know they're working on John Wick 5. Like, they confirmed that, which is crazy to me.
And an animated John Wick movie and a prequel John Wick movie.
Yeah, we got a lot of John Wick coming our way.
Kane solo film too. That one, I do appreciate that one. That one sounds
I'm down for that. Yeah. I mean, I love Donnie Yen.
Yeah,
so
that guy rocks.
I feel like almost every feature in the John Wick universe could have its own like spin-off if they really wanted to go that way. From the sounds of it, it seems like they kind of shoehorned Ballerina in there when they had so much like IP to work with at that point.
Because
I feel like
the TV show
Ballerina
did good. Oh, sorry, Ricky, go.
Oh no, I was gonna say that I feel like Ballerina was sort of like a testing the waters. Like, can we do other things in this universe besides John?
That's a fair, because I don't know how good that show was. Anybody catch the...
No, I heard it wasn't that great, the Continental show.
No. Oh, was it bad or did you not watch it?
Terrible. One of the worst shows I've seen.
Damn.
Terrible.
I mean, we have... Damn. All right, elaborate, please, because I didn't watch a second of that.
Action sequences are terribly choreographed. All the gun stuff is so unrealistic. It doesn't feel like it's in that world. It doesn't feel... Like, it doesn't... If you watch that without knowing it was in the John Wick world, you would never think about it.
Oh, okay.
It's just a poorly written, poorly acted. The whole show's terrible.
It's funny you say that, because didn't they do like extensive like gun training and stuff with Keanu Reeves behind the scenes for all the films? He did like everything himself, and the fact that you say that is just funny to me. Like, it's like they didn't really think about doing any of that for the show.
It's kind of a bummer. I mean, they go through all that work and then it kind of gets that. And then I think the last cherry on top of this, Colin, welcome back, by the way. Good seeing you, bud. Tires, season 2, your most anticipated show of the year.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was a great palate cleanser. There's like a few shows that were coming out this year that I was really looking forward to, and I got burned a little bit. At first with Daredevil Born Again, I had rose-colored glasses, but after just sitting with it, I'm like, let's hope season 2 is good. And really looking forward to The Last of Us season 2, because part 2 of the video game is a wonderful revenge story. And I thought it was a really great road trip show with Ellie and her friend Dina.
Nice. I don't know if did I send you guys the pizzas yet?
Nope, you haven't.
Okay, I thought I did. Okay, I stole you guys a pizza. So, for context,
in a couple months.
Yeah, I got to send it now. I'll just send it to
I think it's got to be a medium now.
Whoa, slow down.
Inflation?
No inflation. All right, hold on. For context here, we made a bet on the show, because since The Last of Us Part 2, Season 2 is coming out, we all know it's based on the game Part 2. We had
Spoilers,
a bet.
by the way.
Oh, yeah, have any of you guys played the game or know about what's going on?
Yeah.
Chris? Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but from context clues, I already figured out most of the major plot points. I didn't play the second game, I played the first game, and I watched the first season of the show.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna be as vague as possible, because I don't want to spoil this for you. But that moment in the game, like the moment in the game, we all knew there was gonna be some changes in the season. I thought there's no way they're gonna do it that early. So I thought it was gonna be either within a specific time frame, which Colin and Cameron bet on, and I thought further down the show. So we put originally it was just going to be $5 between the two of us. So it was going to be 5 to Cameron, 5 to Colin, or 10 to me. It's kind of how it was. They decided, because that was just too cheap, pizza was the next option to go up there. Completely lost that. I got text after text after text after text from them sending me their orders, what was happening, and I never sent it. Not because I'm not a good sport. I forgot. I get paid bi-weekly. What'd you say?
He's just lazy.
I am forgetful. There's a difference. ADHD, my man. So yeah, I small pizza, and I owe you like a custom. Was it like sausage and pepperoni or something?
I think it was just sausage.
Yeah.
I don't get. We can go with this later.
Yeah, no, then I think I owe Cameron like a Hawaiian or calling a Hawaiian one. So there's money down the drain for that. And then also just wrap up the quick things. Go see Life of Chuck. No descriptions, nothing else. Just go see it. It's just beautiful. It was great. Crying the whole time. It was really good. Like great. I took my girlfriend to go see it. She doesn't really know about like other Stephen King books, so the whole time she was like bracing for like a jump scare, which you think Stephen King, which is fair, but you forget he makes like Green Mile, Shawshank, semi-hopeful stories, not just horror. Which is.
Do you think it's up there with the Green Mile or Shawshank?
I don't know. I mean, when I watch Green Mile, I need a month to recover. So, I mean, it's not as sad as Green Mile, but it's very different. It's its own lane. It's very life affirming. Like you go out with a new appreciation for things and a new perspective on some stuff. It hits people in different ways, and I just think it's really creative. So Mike Flanagan did a bang up job.
I'm like mutuals with that drummer girl. It was so funny.
PQ?
A friend of mine would help her out on some of her sets and everything. So
hey, she was like the greatest part. Like that bit she was in with the drumming bit, greatest part of the whole movie. So please give my condolences and thanks to her for killing that scene. But what is with this lore? We had a conversation like a week ago where you just kept dropping knowledge on us. I mean, where do we begin with? I'm trying to. If I had to tell Colin one of them. Oh, Colin, you know the Adam Sandler bar mitzvah movie about his daughter that came out last year?
Mm,
You're not invited to my bar mitzvah on Netflix?
no.
Well, then this point's going to go nowhere, but he was the magician at the actual bar mitzvah the movie's based on. Chris performed at that.
Wow.
All right. Well, most calm reaction to the most coolest shit ever. It's wow.
I got some more lore with Jamie Lee Curtis when we get further into this episode.
What?
Dude, what the? Okay. You know what? That's a great segue. Summer hits. We're here. Top 5 movies of the summer. There's no need to get into it. We all know what happens. I think we're going to kick it off. Tommy, bring it home. No, so I think we just go all the way from 5 to 1.
All the way through?
All the way through.
Okay. So I think I hope I didn't get the timeline too mixed up because I'm doing.
It doesn't got to go numerically like on release date. It can just be whatever, really.
All right.
There's no need.
So I'm doing my 5 to my number 1.
5 to number 1. Yeah.
All right. Number 5 is F1 by Joseph Kosinski. I'm Brad Pitt's my man crush. He's probably just my crush at this point. Yeah, I love Damien Idris, who, for anyone who doesn't know, is in Snowfall. I think that movie's gonna be great.
Oh, he was in Snowfall.
28 years later, it's gonna be so good. Danny Boyle is a genius, and filming on iPhones is a wild thing to do.
You see that photo of the
rig?
Yeah.
So cool.
God,
love Danny Boyle. Number 3 is Hell House Lineage. That comes out August 20th. I don't know if anyone's seen Hell House. It's a really good horror franchise.
I never even heard of that.
Oh my god, so good.
What's the story about it?
The first one is that these friends, they open like a haunted house in all these different cities, and then they open one in Pennsylvania, and it goes bad. Then there's a second one, a third one, which are okay. Second one's great, good. Third one's terrible. Then they made a fourth one last year, which was really scary. And now they're making one more.
Damn, I didn't even know they were making this many. Oh, wow. They started all the way in 2018? 2017?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because it's based in 2012, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, that's rad. Hell House.
And then The Conjuring Last Rites. I'm a sucker for this franchise. And I think this one's going to be way better than the third one. It's not being filmed during COVID. James Wan was actually on set for this one, which I think is just going to be huge for them.
Nice.
And I like Michael Chavis. He made Annabelle 3, which I really like. And so that's really up there. That's my number 2. And then, of course, number 1, Superman. I think that's going to be a lot of people's number 1. And it's going to be a great stepping stone for the DC universe.
Yeah. Ricky, were you wearing a Superman shirt? I may have caught the
clip. Yeah. Shirt. Yeah.
That's sick, dude. Yeah, that's rad. Way to go. And then, back to Ricky. Give me your 5, bro.
All right. Number 5, I got Fantastic Four.
Damn. All right.
I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this.
So hopeful.
I'm not entirely thrilled with the concept, but I'm curious to see because Kevin said this project's very near and dear to him. So I'm hoping that he pulls this one off.
What about it?
'Cause
You're not vibing with?
to get like seats in for Doomsday.
Nice. But like, what about it? Are you not like vibing with?
I don't know, the whole like 70s motif that's futuristic. I mean, I see the appeal, but at the same time, like, do we really have to do this?
The
Like,
answer is yes, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. All right, that's cool.
Number 4, I have The Naked Gun.
Really?
I grew up on The Naked Gun. I grew up on all those movies, Spaceballs, all that.
Hold on. Spaceballs 2 announcement. Can
That
we?
That is crazy.
That was just Mel Brooks is gonna be 101 years old when that movie comes out. I pray to God he makes it to the premiere. He looks great now, but damn.
Pullman reprising his role, and then his son playing his son in the movie.
Bill and Lewis Pullman are back. It's so good. R.I.P. to John Candy, though. I thought he would have been a great addition as Barf.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, sorry, Ricky, go on.
You're good. You're good. No, that was a great way to segue. I've got Megan 2.0 as number 3.
Really?
Yes, I enjoyed Megan. It was so bizarre. And the fact that they're going like a Terminator route with her now is insane to me.
God. All right, dude. Let's go. All right.
I'm just gonna watch it and laugh the entire time. I know.
I mean, that does look like a great movie. You go just to vibe.
Yeah, you go there to vibe. You don't go there to like take it seriously. Like, this is one big.
Has anyone else here seen the Megan movie? Yeah.
I have. I see the appeal, and Megan definitely has like her own little fan base, which is nice. It's nice knowing that there's one of the fanboys in here. It's not my cup of tea, but I do see the appeal.
Yeah,
it is a
100%.
fun little movie.
Yeah, Tommy. I mean, why did it? Let's explain why it connected with you. That's the more important question. Not that
It didn't connect with me.
I mean, hey, you rose your hand for the fan base. You stuck with.
No, wait, no. I was saying I saw it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
Don't associate me to that.
Sorry.
It's like being part of Al Qaeda. That's terrible.
Oh shit.
But no, I think the
Right up
second
there,
one,
man. It's right there.
It's lean. It's even.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be terrible. I just can't get behind the second one.
Dude,
I might go see it though on like a Tuesday at noon.
Yeah, get a couple milligrams in. You're gonna have a great time.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be fried for that movie.
I never said it was gonna be great.
It's either way. For some people, it'll be great or the greatest movie ever existed for a good 20 minutes. Wow. All right. Sweet. Sorry. That was your number 3, right?
Yeah, that was number 3.
All right.
Number 2, I have Jurassic World Rebirth. I know it looks a little iffy, but I'm a big sucker for anything Jurassic Park related.
It's dinosaurs, man.
One of my favorite Universal franchises, maybe even my favorite Universal franchise.
I'm trying to think if there are other ones like what would we consider other Universal franchises? Oh, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, like Fast and Furious.
I forgot that was
The Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse. All right, so going. I take back everything I said. I'm still waking up a little bit. My bad. Continue.
You're good. All right, and for number 1, I got Superman.
Damn, that's a good one. Who here got tickets already for the movie? Show of hands.
Right here, I got 2 tickets. I'm doing a AMC A-list Entourage,
Nice.
and then I got tickets to go see it in 40X in IMAX.
40X for How to Train Your Dragon and 40X for Superman. That's gonna be rad.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, I love watching movies in theaters, but especially when you're going with other people. And I'm taking my nephews to both of those, so
that's great.
it's gonna be a wild ride.
Cool, dude. That's great. Colin? Oh, sorry, Ricky. You said that was number 1, right? Superman. That was right. That was okay. It's a good list, man. Megan in the middle of that is hilarious. I think that's great. I think it's a good start. But Colin, you want to bring it in?
Yep. So number 5 is going to be F1.
Really?
I'm very excited for that movie. Number 4 is going to be Weapons. I don't really have too much to say because the marketing isn't also saying that much, but it's kind of giving that long legs advertisement where the mystique is really selling you to go see it. And it just looks eerie as, Didn't
the guy who made Longlegs help with this movie? Or direct it?
This is Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian, thank you.
Your favorite movie.
The one and only.
Number 3 is going to be 28 years later. Not a whole lot to say about that one, just that it's been a decade or two since the last one. It was 28 weeks later, or 28 months later.
Yep.
Which one was that?
It was 28 weeks.
Okay. And number 2 is going to be Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Nice.
Very excited about that one. I do think that one's going to be the, like, okay, we're actually making a good Fantastic Four movie.
They really got one chance. They really had. This is their last straw. They've made. This is their
4th chance.
Yeah, it is their 4th.
Sorry, let me elaborate. The 3rd installment of the.
No, it's still the 4th installment.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Arguably the 5th.
It's technically the 5th.
90s one.
Man, I'm bad with numbers today. You're right. The 5th. My bad. I should even. Cameron, you're hosting. That's it. I'm done. Take the crown. There you go. Attaboy. Sorry.
And number 1 obviously is going to be Superman. I think that's everyone's number 1 right now. Really not much to say about that. You guys said everything.
I mean, it's great. It's good. We got Baby Joey. I mean, we got everybody, dude. We got everybody in this movie. All right, Chris.
All right. So I had to write them down because I got reasons behind all these. Okay, give me a second.
That's fine.
Can you still see me?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start off with some honorable mentions.
That's a good one.
I try to keep all the franchise movies in here because I'm still iffy on a lot of remakes and stuff. So I got Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I grew up on Indiana Jones.
Wait, Chris, are these the new releases coming out? Like, is Indiana Jones coming out again?
I'm pretty sure it is. Isn't it coming out this year?
Comes out today.
There's a re-release?
Yeah, today.
There's a re-release.
I have tickets for it.
Happy Father's Day, yeah.
Yeah, there's a re-release coming out today.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Chris, that's a good choice.
Yeah. I have it up there because I never got to see it in theaters. I only have the VHS tapes, and I grew up watching these with my grandma. So she was a huge Indiana Jones fan and a young Indy fan. We had all those on VHS. So I am looking forward to seeing the re-release. I Know What You Did Last Summer is also in my honorable mentions because I grew up on the original. And you know, it's not all remakes are terrible, but they're usually all pretty bad. And I didn't want to include this on my list. And then Freakier Friday, I want to watch it because I love the first one. Again, honorable mention.
Yeah. And
I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I got some more.
What's this for? I've been sitting on this hot rock.
So real quick, so I can
so
we can continue. I did the production behind. I work for a production company, and it was me and a couple buddies of mine. We did the AV for her daughter's wedding, her backyard wedding.
Damn.
Yeah, it was super cool. So we were setting up for everything. We're helping out the DJ setup. We're setting up all the audio equipment, the running cable and stuff. And she comes out in a mask because it was still during the times of like COVID fear and stuff. And I didn't realize it was her, but she came right up to the door where I was unloading stuff, and she was talking to me. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then she pulls out her mask, and she's like, oh, yeah, I'm Jamie Lee Curtis, by the way. And I was like, oh, no way. I'm like, I was stunned. And then we did all of our work and everything. And after we were done, she sat down and she talked to me. It was around the time that Everything Everywhere All at Once came out.
That's right.
We talked about the movie. A buddy of mine hadn't seen the movie, and the first thing she does is she looks at me and she's like, "These are your friends?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, they're embarrassing." And then she's like, "It's okay, I got this." And she pulls out the music video that the directors made a while ago for Turn Down for What, and she starts showing that music video to them to get them hyped for the movie. And then we talk about anime. I think I would argue before the live action One Piece came out, I was the first person to know that she had interest in playing Dr. Kureha.
Oh wow!
Before all that stuff came out, because she was talking about it while we were talking about One Piece and anime.
So is she like a One Piece fan, or was she just watching it because?
Dude, the entirety of her house is filled with figurines. She's got like Gundam. She's got like One Piece figurines. She's a huge animator. Huge animator.
That is like the one person I think if I had 100 people to name would be not in the first 50.
No, she's the chillest person ever, dude.
Damn.
I am waiting until I can meet her again so I can be like, you remember me? Because like honestly, most genuine person ever. She let us pet her dog, gave us hugs, kissed me on the cheek. Like it was dope. That was like the best like celebrity experience I've ever had.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to beat. I mean,
That's really hard to beat. She treated us like family.
Damn, dude.
But moving on to my list.
Just got to give a soft round of applause for that one. That's a great one. All right. Sorry.
Yeah,
elaborate.
Shout out Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, man.
So the first thing that's bottom of my list is The Naked Gun. Again, I grew up, around the time of like early spoof movies. I wasn't born in the 80s, but I grew up around that because my grandmother and my mom and my uncles loved 80s spoof movies. And I loved the original Naked Gun. I think I still have it on VHS. I'm excited to see what they do with it, especially because you don't see a lot of spoof movies anymore. That's not exactly something that's prevalent. 28 years later, that's on there. I was a big fan of 28 Days Later, huge fan of 28 Weeks Later. It's probably the craziest opening to a film I've ever seen. Yeah. I'm really excited to see what they do with this. And as a film guy, as a filmmaker, I want to see what they were capable of doing with all those iPhone cameras because those rigs look insane.
Because even the rig with like that one with like the machinery around it with still this little iPhone on it.
Exactly. Yeah. They really went all out. I want to see how that helps with the storytelling for this film. I have Together on here. That one I was actually really super excited to watch. I'm a horror fan, and that one kind of gave me the anxiety that a lot of like early A24 movies were given. Fantastic Four at my number 2. I'm a huge Marvel nerd, but I'm genuinely curious to see if they can redeem themselves with this one. I have all the faith in the world in Pedro Pascal and his acting performance. But it's really the storytelling that is integral to this because even if it's a part of the franchise, the movie should stand alone. And if it's connecting to a wider universe, it should still be a good movie, not just something that continues on, which I think we've had a lot of like superhero fatigue in the past couple of years. So many people are like, I want to get into this, but I can't because it's so many movies to catch up on. And then my number 1 is Superman because James Gunn is a genius, and I had my apprehension at first, but after watching the first trailers and the teasers for it, seeing how excited the cast is behind the scenes, that has renewed my faith, and I'm super excited to see Superman.
It's good to see we have born again Superman followers. It's really good to see that this new wave of Superman because they're doing a summer Superman promotional for like their comic books. Everything, right, Colin? Is that happening? Yeah. Any new stories coming out with that? Because we have Absolute Superman coming out. Still.
I think there's one story. Yeah, we still have Absolute Superman. Okay. We have the mainline Superman. I forget who's writing that. I fell off after Brian Michael Bendis's run, but we also have I might be mispronouncing the title, but Superman colors of the different color spectrums of like kryptonite. That's right. Except for the pink kryptonite, they took that one out.
No, I think they kept it in, but they changed the ability. I think they.
I think that's what it doesn't make him gay anymore.
No, it doesn't make him gay. They changed the emotional reaction to it. I guess
that is to what? What did they change it to?
I have no idea. I just remember that being like a headline that I saw that they were doing the colors thing. People were all excited to see what they did with the pink one, and apparently it's not going to be the original interpretation. They're switching some things around.
Gotcha. I mean, even while it was still a crazy move when it came out, Will and Grace was still on the air when that was released, man. I mean, that's just a bold move to make pink kryptonite. I'm going to hold it there. But thank you, Colin. I appreciate that. Are you reading Absolute Superman?
I am catching up to it. I just finished the most recent issue of Absolute Batman, which introduced Bane. But
Sick one.
Absolute Superman, I heard, is really good. Written by Jason Aaron. A lot of his stories are hit or miss, but he's doing a really good job with it. And Absolute Wonder Woman has been nominated for an Eisner, so that seriously has
Really?
been popping up.
Damn.
It's one of the nominations, I believe.
Nice. I didn't know that. All right. Thank you.
Really good
Chris, that
stuff.
was a great list. Ryan, why'd you bring it home with not bring it? Yeah. What'd you give us your 5?
All right. So my number 5 is going to be not Megan 2, unfortunately, but it is another sequel.
Okay.
I have Happy Gilmore 2 as
No
my number 5.
shot.
Yeah, it's one that I'm kind of like passively anticipating because
Really?
I still think there's a pretty good chance it is dog shit, but I'm holding out hope. I mean, all the celebrities they got in this movie, I think at the end of the day, even if it sucks, it's still going to be pretty fun, at least in some points. So definitely excited to just put that on and have a good laugh. Love the first movie, watched it all the time growing up.
That's possibly his best movie, right there with like
Oh,
Wedding
yeah.
Singer.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
At number
Whoa.
4,
Hold up, Tommy. What's with the face?
what do you got?
That's not even his top 5 movies.
Are you kidding?
Not even, no, not
right.
top 5.
We honest to God have had an Adam Sandler episode planned. Definitely now. Okay, having that go through, but
Yeah.
okay, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, Ryan.
No,
continue.
what's number 1, Tom?
Yeah, please. If it's Hubie Halloween, I'm done. We're ending it here.
It's Jack and Jill. We all know what it is.
Dude.
Get the hell out of here.
No, it's Billy Madison or Hustle is his best movie. Or Uncut Gems.
I'd argue
Okay, Uncut Gems.
Hustle and Uncut Gems are outside of the Sandler verse, but
Rightfully so.
I will
Yeah.
I will give it to you that Uncut Gems is a phenomenal movie, and I was pleasantly surprised by how good Hustle was.
Which Safdie brother did that? Was that Benny?
Both.
Oh, it was both. It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Sorry, Ryan, please continue because
All right.
Tommy, that's wild. Sorry.
Number 4, I have Weapons. Colin was talking about. It just looks good. Yeah, there's just something about it. It just has that style to it that I'm really anticipating where it seems like it's going to be scary, but not, in your face. It's just going to creep up on you. It's going to sit with you for a while. And I love those types of horror movies.
The still images they released of like the door, like the doorbell camera, just looking.
Oh,
the
yeah.
neighborhood street. I couldn't sleep all that night. That was just so good. It's simple.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, I got 28 Years Later. Coming back. The fact that this was shot with iPhones is still astounding to me. I have no idea how it looks as good as it does in all the trailers. But full faith in Danny Boyle. He doesn't miss. So super excited for that movie. And number 2, I have Fantastic Four. Still nervous about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. They haven't nailed it yet, but I think if they're gonna do it, it's gonna be this. And
What about
I
it's
do.
like missing?
No. I was saying the past version.
Oh, sorry.
They
I
haven't
think
nailed
okay,
Fantastic
okay,
Four
okay.
yet.
That's very
But
true.
yeah, I think I kind of like the retrofuturism part of it. I think it looks kind of cool. I forget who was saying they weren't a huge fan. I forget already.
That was Ricky,
but,
I think. Not to
Ricky.
point fingers, but Ricky.
Yeah, I respect it. I understand it. I think it's kind of cool. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes though.
Yeah.
Galactus, I am kind of nervous about still, but if they nail it, then
You guys
they
get the
nail it.
popcorn bucket? You guys
Yeah,
gonna get
that's 70, 7.5 inches of Galactus.
Bro, it's like almost 2 feet tall. It's legit huge. It's cost $80.
Some serious head.
Jesus.
Yeah, it costs $80, and it's practically like a rain, like an umbrella bucket, and it's perfect. I love it. All right, sorry. go on.
Amazing. All right, number 1, obviously, Superman. It's not even a question anymore. Tommy can tell you the first thing about this movie that got me excited was the first trailer when he saves that little girl in slow-mo. That
Yeah.
just that scene, I was like, okay, this is a good movie. I don't care. I'm gonna
Every time I
it.
see that trailer, I'm always in tears at that moment. It's just pure super.
It's the best.
That's great.
There's so many superhero movies now are just like they just don't save people. They just go beat up the bad guy. You need those moments.
I think to that point, like the one that really, like, I was already hyped when I saw that trailer for it, when I saw that teaser, that part of the teaser anyway. I was super hyped when Lola sat down and was doing an interview with him, and we got to see like his personality and everything. And I'm like, no, dude, this is Superman. He doesn't care about what war it is. He just cares about saving people. Like that is Superman to his core.
Yeah, the little kid raising the flag.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So excited.
So good. Was that your number one? That was your.
That was my number one.
Yeah. Cameron mentioned. I think it was a couple episodes ago how like everything's now like an Avengers level threat, and you don't really get to, or was it the Thunderbolts?
I think it was Thunderbolts. Yeah.
So it's kind of still mirroring that same thing. I think it's a great tone. And speaking of Cameron, give me your top five.
Oh, my top five.
It's your time.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, Speedy.
I also got some honorable mentions. So just gonna throw them out. Naked Gun looks fun. I need to see a little bit more before I'm like fully sold on it. We kind of got one really good joke. Need to see more good ones. Jurassic World Rebirth. I like Gareth Edwards. I like that we're completely abandoning any of the characters from the original Jurassic Worlds. It could be good. I'm not holding out hope that it will be though. Eddington looks crazy. That movie I think will lead to a lot of, I'm sure, respectful and just calm discussion about the state of our planet. And then Elio, I think, looks really cute. And I hope we all enjoy it. It looks like it's going to be the last original Pixar movie we get for a while.
No, they just announced that.
Did they really?
That cat one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I thought that was just a Disney.
No, it's all good because
that one doesn't come out till like 2027 though.
Yeah, but I mean, at least it's still new. At least we got something new coming soon, and it sounds just like the game Stray, but Pixar, which I don't hate.
That game's so
Although,
good.
I will note, side note, Brad Bird's not doing Incredibles 3. What are we doing?
But Peter Sohn is still a great director.
Yeah, Elemental is overrated.
Elemental and Good Dinosaur, which I would not say are the best.
Well, personally, I like Elemental for personal reasons. It was truly beautiful. I think he did really, really fun time with Good Dinosaur.
Good Dinosaur is the worst thing they've ever made.
Cameron, we have agreed that it's Cars 2. I will pull up the
Cars 2 is a great movie. Shut up.
Dude, I don't.
Cars 2 is nonsense.
Then you know what, Tommy, I'm going to have to tell you right now, stay away from our Pixar episode.
We've started a fight. I have to get to my list.
Granted, on our Pixar ranking, we went from S class, like S tier, to Cars 2 as our ranking. And Cars 2 is dead last with Good Dinosaur right in front of it.
Cars 2 is better than Incredibles 2.
God.
You're a moron, dude.
That's not even. I mean,
I fell asleep twice during Incredibles 2.
Then that sounds like a you problem, dude.
I can't get through it. I just don't. It's not for me.
Also, wait. Side note: when are we defining the end of summer?
August 25th.
I said September.
Yeah, like August, like September 1st. That's fine. I'm in
California. Summer doesn't end until November.
You get like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep it to August. But
Cameron, I don't much give a shit. It's
okay. Then honorable mention F1.
Okay.
Well,
doesn't that come out in July or June?
Yeah, it comes out next week.
That's not why I'm inserting something into my top five. Number 5, I got Fantastic Four. I really enjoy the vibe they're going with. I love the art style. I feel as much as I'm excited about it, I am also terrified for it.
That's fair.
Because if it's bad, it's over. I mean, we're done. Like I'm checking out of the MCU hotel if that is bad, and I'm already looking at the DC one. It's looking pretty nice.
You already got your bags packed.
Yeah. Number 4, I got 28 years later. I almost said days. Jesus. I think this, outside of just like the technical aspects, this looks like way more ambitious. Like, seems like we're really creating a world here with those bone spires. And what the hell's Ralph Fiennes doing? Like, Jodie Comer's in it. We haven't even really seen that much of her, and she's a great actress. I think this is also a make it or break it moment for me and Aaron Taylor Johnson. He is I don't know why they keep giving him things. So he's
his new Bond.
I hope not.
Do you have an idea who you want as a Bond?
No.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I mean, at this point, go for Idris Elba or something. Man.
I don't know. it looks very cool. I'm very excited about it. I hope it works as its own story because I know this is a trilogy, which is odd. But yeah, looking forward to it. Number three, I have Superman.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
Superman looks great. It looks like everything I could have wanted out of a Superman movie. I feel like we've all said a lot about Superman. I just want to say it looks great. Can't wait.
Yeah.
If it's bad, I'm gonna kill myself. Um,
That's like your 8th movie you've said that. So
I'm
start.
passionate about cinema, man.
I know, but like either have follow through or
All right, this is why I asked about September, because this comes out towards the end of September, but I
That's
am
fine.
very excited about it. One Battle After Another. The new Paul Thomas Anderson movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro. It looks really interesting. I really like
I forgot that was coming
PTA.
out.
It also looks like a wildly ambitious movie. They gave PTA a lot of money to make this movie, which is interesting. I'm interested to see
What's
what
the
he does
number?
with a large budget.
175.
Jeez.
Yeah, very expensive for a generally art house director like PTA. I think it's going to tap into a lot of what's going on in the current moment. And it looks like it's got a really fun, wacky tone despite all of its revolutionary antics.
Good
But
cast.
yeah, great cast. And then my number one is Weapons.
Mm.
Weapons looks like a movie made specifically for me. I think this looks interesting. I think just like as this horror movie that is just about like this town, this community. There's a lot of people in this cast, a lot of people surrounding this event, which is like a structure of a movie I really like, where there are multiple different groups all working on this issue of like you have the teacher, you have the parents, you have Alden Ehrenreich's this cop. It seems to be spreading to people in the town. It's just the premise is great. I loved Barbarian. I loved Barbarian.
Yeah, you did.
And I can't wait. It looks really good.
Nice.
Can't wait to figure out what the hell is going on.
I hope it's not like a flop ending, like, and it never finds out.
I had like this feeling like it was first of all, I'm like the theory guy now after all that Sinners content. So it
Dude,
was
your
just
content killed.
oh thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so good.
And the theories and like the lore and stuff that's popping up on Reddit about the potential what they're like the direction they're going for Weapons has me super excited. The only reason I didn't include it on my list was because there was just not enough to go off of, like hype wise. But I don't think every movie needs hype, and if it's definitely got Barbarian vibes, but it was reminding me a lot of like Prisoners, and I remember how stacked the Prisoners cast was and how much I enjoyed that movie. So I'm really hoping I'm shooting for the moon on that one. That's a good pick for sure.
It's a good pick. Colin and I were just talking recently about Prisoners, and apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, Colin, you said it was a flop when it came out?
No, like not like a flop. It like reviewed like beautifully, but like it wasn't advertised super well. Like
Yeah.
not a lot of people saw it until like later, where
That's
it
right.
just started building up like popularity.
That's right. You said it was a cult following. That's right. My bad.
Well,
I always
we'll
assume
say
cult followings.
Another thing about Weapons, the director has said Magnolia was one of the inspirations on it, which is a wild movie to pull for your horror flick.
Really?
So just him bringing out that movie as like a reference point for it makes me like my mind is open to the possibilities of what this movie could actually even be.
Wait, which Magnolia?
Tom Cruise one?
The Tom Cruise, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay,
one.
okay.
So, yeah, exactly. Like
Maybe they're talking about like the John C. Reilly, like cop character. I have
Yeah.
no idea. That's
We'll see.
That's such a wild pull. I'm sorry. That's just crazy.
I'm so nervous for that movie.
Weapons?
Yeah, I hated Barbarian.
Thank you.
They marketed it as a dark horror movie, and it was low-key a dark comedy out of everything.
Never mind. I thought
And
it was for the
hated that
different reasons.
movie.
I just hate it because it was far too weird.
The monster thing creature was one of the worst decisions ever. I hated it.
There should have been a little bit more mystique with the creature. Personally, I think showing it just the special effects were very gaudy. In my personal opinion,
You
and
don't
it
like giants
detracted from the story.
One more time for the people in the back, Cameron. I that didn't go through.
You don't like giant swinging tits?
No,
Not-
not those ones.
Not those.
Not personally. Death by Snoo Snoo is always a hot topic. But
I mean, frankly, I was barely looking at her to tell how good that quality was. I could not make
You were
eye
barely
contact.
looking at the movie at all.
That's what I was saying, Cameron.
Through your fingers.
I did not do through my fingers. Not entirely. Mainly. But, yeah, that movie's gaudy, dude. I could not.
And Ryan didn't come with me to the premiere, so I was mad at him.
Did we see
Ended
that
up
with
working
Jake?
out very well for me because he got in a car accident on the way home. So thank God I didn't go.
the biggest hype around that movie so far is the fact that freaking Monkey Paw and Jordan Peele had pitched or had put in a bid for that script and were beat out by the Barbarian director. I forget his name. That to me was interesting at first until you realize how that stuff actually works behind the scenes. Everyone was like, "Oh, he fired his marketing team for not being able to get the script." I'm like, "Nah, I'm pretty sure he didn't. That just you win some, you lose some, man." Him being interested in it is a good thing, but that's not anything to really get hyped over.
Interesting how no one put him on the list so far.
Coming up this summer?
Is it not?
I don't think that looks
Comes
good
out
at
in
all.
November.
I've got Jordan Peele fatigue, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Colin,
Yeah,
when you
he's
say
not
it
even
comes out?
directing that.
He's
It comes out in
producing it.
November.
Comes out November, Colin, right?
Comes out in September.
Oh, even then. So, all right, never mind. Okay. That's why I probably not no one's list. Good thinking. Just as a test.
I'll say that Nope was great. I like
Yeah.
Nope. I think Nope got a lot of hate
Yeah.
for no reason. I'm not really feeling another Jordan Peele psychological distress movie right now. There's too much going on in the real world.
Facts.
I will
Facts.
say Nope is my favorite movie of the decade so far. That movie is really good.
It's a really good movie, dude. It's a very good one. Then I'll go quick through my honorable mentions. Elio, Jurassic World Rebirth, F1, and Fantastic Four. Not because I don't think Fantastic Four looks good. I'm super excited. We kind of know the story about this point, and I'm trying real hard not to get my hopes up because that usually happens. I get them up, they go down hard. Number 5 is Superman. Not because I'm not excited. I've seen the trailer so many times. I know exactly what it's going to be. I'm going in hopeful. End of story. 28 years later at number 4. Looks great. Damn good time. Oh Hi at number 3 with Logan Lerman and sorry?
Molly something.
Molly. She was in Shiva Baby. She was in The Bear as Claire Bear. Anybody watch The Bear? Yeah. What's her name? Molly Gordon.
Forget her name.
Molly Gordon.
Yeah.
That looks just like a damn good time in the theaters. It looks super funny. It was either that or Roses, the one with
Benedict Cumberbatch.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah,
good.
that looks really good.
Yeah, but I think that's coming out this summer. So that's Hi looks really, really good. I think it was coming out soon. Caught Stealing, Austin Butler and Doctor Who. Great set. That looks like a damn good time. Love a good chaotic story. And then Eddington is my number 1. Looks great. I know, kind of shocked myself with Eddington because I'm not normally a kind of horror thriller guy. Ari Aster's great.
It's not a horror, I don't think.
Yeah,
like
I think it's more like a political drama.
Yeah, either way, it looks just fantastic. Yeah, I
Your list is so much different from the rest of them.
I know. Everybody's putting Superman first. I'm like, that's gonna be. I feel like such a snob, but like I'm trying to expand my palette a little more. Colin's been feeding me some horror stories throughout the years. He's telling me to try this. He's telling me to try that. I've been super hesitant. What was the one you wanted me to try that you thought was tame? Or what was the? It was the one where everybody was drinking punch.
No, that one's not tame.
Climax?
Climax is not tame.
No.
It's more psychological. Like it's not
What?
like a traditional horror, but you walk away feeling worse about yourself.
Cool. Staying away from that one, man.
Wait, can I ask Colin a question?
Yeah, this
Yes,
is
sir.
an open floor.
Colin, have you seen Poughkeepsie tapes?
That sounds familiar.
It's the most disturbing movie I've ever watched. And I'm like a huge horror guy by myself 3 times a week.
Wait, hold on. Tell me about it.
He's
I
like,
might know about it.
it's like a mockumentary, and he's a serial killer, and they find the tapes of what he's done. But he kills like a 3-year-old with the camera in one scene. He
Okay.
assaults a woman. Oh my God.
That one was on my list, but I lately I've just been so feeling off that like I felt like that one was really gonna get under my skin.
Oh, it's rough.
I'm a big fan of like movies that like aren't like necessarily scary, but like they just fill you with dread, or like they make you like psychologically break while you're watching them.
Mhm.
So watching like disturbing films is a really great pastime that me and my girl have, because she likes being scared, but her biggest like franchise right now is the Conjuring universe, and I'm like, nah, we could do better than that. Let's like cry.
Watch Hell House.
Yeah.
So like I was super excited to watch Bring Her Back. So it
So
fills you with
good.
that level of like dread and like like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to watch another film.
Is Bring Her Back out now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's the same guy who did
Talk to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Colin, you excited for that one? Because that one looks
Rocka
like
Rocka.
right up
Yeah,
your
that
alley.
one.
Raka.
That one's right up my alley. I've been. You guys ever see the old Raka Raka videos of like the clown?
Dude,
and the
I was
Marvel
a
versus
huge
DC?
fan.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Rocka Rocka growing up. They stopped like consistently posting, I think back in like 2016. And come to find out, it's because the Philippou brothers are turning into directors, and
Great
that's like
filmmakers.
so cool, man. Like being a fan and seeing that happen, that is like the coolest thing ever. I hope I get to meet them one day. I would love to talk about
Oh!
that. No one interviews them about their YouTube videos, dude. They got like the sickest, like most disturbing YouTube videos, like back when YouTube wasn't
crazy.
as censored. Like they go crazy in their YouTube videos. They're big WWE fans. They're huge Star Wars and Harry Potter fans. They have this whole thing with Ronald McDonald that's like a going craze for them is making Ronald McDonald doing crazy stuff. There you go. Look at the shirt.
Is that the one that where Ronald McDonald punches the kids?
They've got multiple Ronald McDonald videos where he punches.
Multiple.
Kill those kids.
Sorry,
They
but
were
like
doing-
the
they were doing,
one where you know,
Yeah,
IP.
there's the Playground Massacre video. You might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing like IP switch ups before like Winnie the Pooh and and Mickey Mouse and stuff. Like they were going ham on YouTube, and then copyright strike after copyright strike and whatever. But now they're doing really well for themselves, and no one in their interviews talks about that.
I do think it's interesting. Like you watch their YouTube videos, and then like there's no way you can watch those and be like, yeah, they're capable of making a movie like Bring Her Back. Like
Bring
well,
Her
it's like
Back
the guys
is
that like
wild.
did the
was
Street
like
Fighter
these-
movie, right? I mean, those guys started YouTube. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mickey,
Yeah,
what were you saying?
they're the guys that are making the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
Well, they left
were.
now.
they were, I think
Yeah, they left.
They left.
Nothing
They left for sure.
confirmed.
they might do a Marvel movie from what I'm hearing.
What the?
Yeah.
Sorry,
A
there were
Rocka Marvel movie. Oh man.
Midnight Suns probably. Sorry, Ricky, you were saying something, and Colin, you were saying something. I wanted which
No, what was that?
we were talking about the Bring Her Back, and then
Oh yeah, no, I was saying because I forgot who said it, but someone said like, "Oh, when you watch their videos, you don't think they could make stuff like that."
Yeah.
I'm saying no. I had the most faith in them to make a horror. Like those guys, they understand what the fans want. They understand the memes. They understand pop culture. That's what it is, and they do some of the most hilarious and over the top fight scenes. So
nice.
when Talk to Me came out, I was like, I was there opening weekend. I'm like, this movie is going to be great. They're going to cook and they're going to become huge names in Hollywood after this. And they are now, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's good, man. And then Colin, you were saying something as well. I'm sorry.
I was saying, was it confirmed that Talk to Me 2 is still being made?
Yeah, that's the next
Okay.
thing they're working on.
All right, good.
That's what it was. You were trying to get me to watch Talk to Me. That's the one.
Great movie.
You can talk to me.
Yeah.
Best movie
I-
of the 2020s.
That's going to
Another
be a
movie that like by
graduation
the time
movie
you get to
for
the
you.
end, like it fills you with dread.
Yeah.
See, I don't. Colin, you said it's a graduation movie for me.
Like, we're gonna start you off with like more tame horror and then work our way up because you're not gonna if you couldn't handle Barbarian, you're really not gonna handle Talk to Me.
I just
Here, let's start you out real calm and simple. There's a really easy horror movie. It's called Martyrs.
Oh, God.
You'll be able to real
I don't
good
trust the
entry
shit you
level.
say ever.
I'm telling you, Hell House, great introduction.
No,
Not
I
that
actually looked that one
scary.
up. Nah,
It's not that
You lost
bad.
me at the clown. You lost me
I
at the
hate
clown.
clowns.
Lost me. I mean,
Fine,
it
we'll
was
go a
fine.
little-
Robert,
we'll go
there's different.
Hostel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin's good. I would say a good entry horror for him would probably be No Vacancy.
That's actually a good one.
Ricky, you got an entry here?
Actually, this is what I did to get into horror. I started with slasher films.
Okay, those I dig. I do like the like
Those,
Freddy.
like that is like a good like segment. Work your way through the slasher genre,
Yeah,
and then like you'll build your tolerance for like.
those are fine. Those are fine. I don't mind Michael, Freddy,
The
all
Strangers.
I started with Chucky.
that. Can't
Child.
do Strangers. I
Best
can't
horror
do.
movie.
I can't. I hate home invasion stuff because then after I watch it, I can't. I don't sleep. I'm like, they're coming. They
The
know I
first
watched it.
Strangers is the best Strangers.
That's the one
There's
with
only been
Tyler,
two.
right?
No, there's 3.
There's 3.
Yeah,
Really?
there's the original one, Strangers, They Come at Night, and then the Strangers Chapter 1 for the new trilogy.
Yeah. See, I even see that second one. Yeah,
It's
I
terrible.
would still
Don't
say,
watch it.
I would still say the first Strangers is the best Strangers. But there's different levels of horror, Robert, and I think like where I think you would fit really, really nice before you get into like the stuff that makes you question your own existence.
Yeah.
Is is definitely like what Ricky said, like slasher films.
Mhm.
But I think slasher is hit or miss, especially because it's changed so much over the past like 40 years.
Sure.
You got your original like slasher films from the 80s,
Yeah.
which don't really hold up, but are like, are cult staples.
Mhm.
They gave you all the best like, horror villains ever.
Mhm.
And then you get into slasher films of the current age, which are just like IP grabs,
Mhm.
like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So just choose
Thanksgiving.
carefully.
I forgot that was a real one.
Yeah, like just choose carefully. I think someone said Child's Play. I would consider that a great slasher film to get into because it introduces you to like some of the nuance and stuff in like horror movies.
Mhm.
And then I would say Nightmare on Elm Street too.
That one I'm good with.
It's got a lot of
Fantastic.
lore. I think you like that.
I do like that one.
I think
James's
Paranormal
problem.
Activity.
James's problem is not like horror.
Yeah.
It's more of the supernatural where it gets into religion that
Yeah,
really.
no, cross that
That's
line.
Oh.
I don't deal with that
like,
demon
he
shit.
can- he
They're
can
gonna
deal
come through the
with
TV. They're gonna get me.
Go watch Paranormal Activity 1 through 4.
No.
They are so
So
good.
tame.
Sorry, Colin.
They're
You were
tame.
saying
They're
No,
so
I was
tame.
just saying it's like that's like you can handle slasher
Yeah.
except for like vomiting and some blood, but like
depends. Yeah.
it's the supernatural. Like James refuses to watch
can't.
Longlegs because of the Satanism.
Dude, I can't. Also, because I think I'd be laughing too hard. You guys gave us such a great review on how funny
It's-
it was.
But so good.
Yeah, I believe you, and that's as far as I'm gonna go. Ryan, you got a recommendation here?
Man.
No, don't watch Men. That movie was wild.
That one I'm staying the hell away from, dude. No
Yeah.
way.
The first 2/3 of that movie are incredible, really good, very suspenseful,
Yeah.
great build up. The end, you're just like, what the why is this happening? What the fuck? What's going on? Yeah. No, what was the one? Was it Korean movie? Gojima?
Oh, Jojima Haunted Asylum. Go watch it.
That one's good. That's good.
Ryan got mad at me because he hated horror at that point, and I made
Yeah.
him sit and watch it.
I will say, James,
God,
in
yes.
I just in a way to sell you on Men, I know you love watching a man give birth to himself.
7 times.
Yeah.
More than that.
So
What?
it might be your thing.
What? What?
Full frontal nudity.
Yeah.
It's all right down your alley.
It's pretty incredible.
There's like a guy that like vomits out another guy that vomits out another guy, and it's a metaphor, and it's
Ew.
supposed
It's
to be
about nature.
Colin has known me for
Russian doll
over a
of nature.
decade. He knows my limit on these things. He'll send me like a clip from a horror movie that is like the most vile shit that I cannot handle, and he'll go Sunday morning. Like it'll just be like the most tame thing for him, and I'll be like crying. I'll be throwing up about it. I'm like, I can't. I'm like shaking. He's like, such
So,
a
James, I will tell you this much. I don't care what he sent you. It's probably not even the tip of the iceberg.
not for him. No, for him. Like I said, it's a Sunday morning.
Like horror movies go from oh, this is like cute and funny and like sort of scary to, oh my god, they let them make this.
Yeah. Colin was packing for a trip a couple years ago that we were like, I think it was for our Disney World trip, and he was packing to Barbarian. He was just packing like it's a normal thing. Like what I do for Scott Pilgrim, he does for normal horror movies.
That's a good way to live.
I mean,
I love
It
horror.
builds your tolerance, so when you live alone, it's like, you know, you're the main character in the slasher. You're the final girl.
You know, after watching a couple of like really scary movies, I can confidently say I no longer run to my bed after I turn off the lights.
Oh hell no! I still run to my room.
I do that. I do that for the competitiveness. I don't want him thinking I'm slowing down. There's no way I'm giving him a hint.
Habit at this point.
It's a habit. Yeah, that's why I still get on all fours when I go up a stairs. It's just things you don't break. You never did a thing where you like go on all fours and you run like a dog?
Not since I was
10. Bro. Okay, I'm kidding. I haven't. Okay, Jesus. Maybe not. Often. Not every time, but often. If I really want to like see my athleticism, see how much I've lost, it's a good track. Just saying. Get some steep stairs, you're good to go.
I don't think my knees could handle me going on all fours anymore.
I can barely squat really well. My knees start hurting bad.
As far as like horror movies go, like I hope like whoever you have in your circle is easing you into it, because I was thrown into the deep end. I had a cousin sit me down and make me watch The Human Centipede. When I was like 12. Dude. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
so
I have a Venn diagram.
Deep end, and I had to swim for land to find some sense of hopelessness.
Yeah,
there's nothing else in Human Centipede that, I don't know if everybody has that reaction, but I still think about it. Everything else in that movie was fine, but when she had that like needle in her arm and she like jumped out and the needle just ripped her skin, I think
I think I was cool, or not. I won't say cool, but I was like okay with most of things until the baby, and then everything after that. I mean there's not much else after that, but after that, I just like.
What the hell is this movie?
You gotta watch the second one.
The third one is even crazier.
There's more than one of these movies?
I think there's 4.
There's 4.
Yeah.
There's 4. We should make the 5th one.
We should all be the Human Centipede together. Nice moment.
I will be strictly the PA. I'm just going to be on the side, not involved in any way.
What do you mean? You're the
You're
rear.
the stomach. You're the middle.
Cameron, that is the most mean thing you've ever said. He said I'm the rear.
That's not that mean.
That's
the enjoy it.
He and Bill made a whole sketch on this. Trust me, being in the middle is the worst position. Or sorry, being in the end is the worst position you could possibly have.
100%. 100%. And Chris, back to you said like my circle that's easing me into this. You're meeting them now. It's Cameron, Colin, and Ricky. That's the circle. Okay. It's a Venn diagram. Cameron's kind of realistic. Colin's lying to me.
It seems like in that Venn diagram you have someone that just like wants to
the other way around.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I say?
You said like I'm lying to you.
I meant Cameron. Sorry. I switch your names far too often on the show. I'm so sorry.
Well, you got people easing you into it, and that's more than I think half of anybody can be thankful for. So you're in good hands.
I'm in hands.
Did you guys watch Oddity?
Are you in good hands?
Oddity?
No.
I never heard of Oddity.
Oddity was a good horror movie. Came out last year, I think.
Colin, did you catch it?
Let me look it up.
It jump scared was so good I literally got airborne off my couch.
I will say, while we're still talking about horror, James, you would like a lot of Mike Flanagan stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of the best,
he just did Life of Chuck.
I did. I did see that. That was good. I mean,
Morning of Hill House.
Imagine that brand of like sincerity, but also there's demons and monsters. Or more accurate, not demons, ghosts and a secret little surprise thing in Midnight Mass, which I prefer not to tell.
Yeah,
he did Gerald's Game. I caught a little bit of Gerald's Game.
He did Gerald's Game. Cameron, I will double down on that. Like, it's not just the movies too. Mike Flanagan makes some of the best TV shows I have ever seen. And I think, as far as like binging horror, and a lot of it's like slow burn stuff with like heavy lore. I think you would totally dig that. I was a big fan of The Fall of the House of Usher.
So good.
It was good.
And, I think Mike Flanagan like exclusively uses the same cast on a lot of his TV shows. So it's very like It's very what's that American Horror Story sort of like anthology themed type stuff, which I think you would really dig, James. Personally, especially if you're not like jump scary or murder everywhere. It's a lot of slow burn things that just keep you interested.
I do like
Get a
slow
lot
burn.
of twists and
It
turns.
will also make you cry a lot.
Yes, you will cry.
I mean, I cry no matter what in most movies. I mean, that's kind of known. I mean, I will say I did watch part of Hush, and then
So good.
I mean, I don't remember why.
Part of it.
I don't remember why I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it because I didn't like it. I think I had to do something.
I think Haunting of Hill House is his best thing so far, Flanagan's. But he's doing the new Exorcist, and he swears the set's haunted.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. My aunt has a haunted house. I've seen a ghost, like dead ass.
what the?
Mike Flanagan is also doing the Clayface movie, which is going to be a body horror.
He is doing
Yeah, I
that.
will say Clayface sounds
Excited about that one.
very promising. You beat me by 1 second, Colin. Look at you.
And then I think he's also doing Carrie and The Dark Tower. So he's a busy man.
Yeah, he
I
won
am-
the bidding war.
Are we getting a finally good Dark Tower movie?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
probably not.
super hopeful for that because Mike Flanagan's got like the craziest track record when it comes to making good horror films, especially like ones that like make you think. They're a lot more nuanced. Yeah, he's not. Cameron wasn't kidding when he said like his shows will make you cry because a lot of the stuff is very introspective. I mean, even that one forgot the name of it, but the one with the vampire and everything.
Yeah.
That one, like every single episode.
Oh, Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass. That one, every single episode makes you like look at yourself a little bit and like really think about, especially if you're like me and you come from a religious background, it makes you think about a lot of stuff. So, just food for thought. But I have all the faith in him. If he can make a good Dark Tower movie, that would be like the pinnacle of his career, in my opinion.
I mean, who said, by the way, no, like it's not going to be good? Who said it won't be good when we were saying, yeah, you're not a fan of the Dark Tower book or?
No, I think the books are good. I just don't think the movies will be.
I mean,
We already saw what happened the first time.
I do think he's doing a show and not a movie.
Ooh, that might be better.
that might be
There's
better.
breaking news right now on A24.
Bring it.
Darren Aronofsky is going to direct Dwayne Johnson, a new A24 film.
Dwayne needs to retire.
Second?
I am
Wayne's
not
doing.
ready
He's
for the
got
next
3
couple
big
years.
movies. He's
I'm
got
not
Martin
ready.
Scorsese.
What?
Yeah, Dwayne the Rock's doing a
I
Scorsese
got
movie.
beef with Dwayne.
What?
You got beef with Dwayne?
Dude, what the?
What did he do to you?
Did he not go like,
So-
mahalo, and then
All right,
be like,
so first of all, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, if for any reason, if this gets across your desk, I think you are an
yeah,
amazing.
he's number one watcher.
I think you are an amazing human being. I have been a fan of yours since way back in the WWE days, and I was a huge fan of the Game Plan. So you'll get my
That's
you
a
get my
great
kudos
movie.
for that, brother. You need to retire. Here's the thing. I met Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and he's a sweetheart. First of all, he's like the coolest person you could ever next to John Cena, coolest person you ever meet. But when I found out that he created an entire production company specifically to source scripts where he could typecast himself,
Genius.
it explains so much.
Yeah, but now he's got 3 like good movies coming out. Like
I think
real
it's funny how you're
film.
saying,
I
yeah,
hope
like
so.
3 now good movies. After
Yeah.
like Skyscraper, Jumanji.
No.
To find his footing.
Jumanji's his footing for serious
His
acting.
Citizen Kane is Black Adam.
Hell yeah.
Noah Centineo is the best part of that movie.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he was.
forgot he was
Which
in
was weird.
Yeah.
It was
He's gonna-
weird.
We're ignoring Pierce Brosnan.
He was second best. And the villain was the worst.
I didn't even finish the movie.
I forgot there was a villain. In
Yeah,
there.
you
it's the
forget
demon
that-
dude
I thought it
shows
was Black
up,
Adam.
dies, movie end.
It was like some like demon, like devil, like what's bad.
What was his
CG.
name? Like Satyr or
I just know that there's skeletons that a little kid beats with a skateboard.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, before I forget, did you guys see the released concept art? I think it was leaked of the dynamic duo of what
Yeah.
Jason and Dick's gonna look like.
I think it's not how I want them to look, of course. Because I'm thinking like comic, like with my like head, what they're gonna look like. But I'm still super excited. That whole concept's insane.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good. I do like Jason and his mohawk, just so
Yeah.
he differentiates from
Yeah.
Dick. But I'm just glad that they're actually going to be wearing suits, because in my head I thought it was going to be completely different. Like they were just going to be kids.
Yeah, they said they weren't even going to acknowledge them as Nightwing and Red Hood. It was just
Because he said that's
because they're going to be Robins.
Yeah, they're gonna be Robins
Yeah.
still at that point.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, for some reason, since I've grown up, and every time someone talks about Dick Grayson, I think of the Lego Nightwing with like the weird spiky hair. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, you need the long mullet.
Yes,
That's
long
what
one.
I need.
Yeah. I just want 2 glowing sticks. That's all I need. That's all I really need, man.
I think Death
You
in
just
the
have
Family's
that?
in my. No, I have Dick Grayson dying on the wall over there, and I think I have Death in the Family, the full book in here somewhere.
So I'm gonna need you to elaborate. Dick Grayson dying on the wall. Just
Dick Grayson dying on the wall.
Facts, dude. That's sick.
Oh, I thought you were confusing Jason.
I don't know.
No, that's
Yeah.
Dick Grayson dying. That was
Yeah.
a really early Robin comic. No, Death in the Family's in this box over here somewhere.
Nice.
Who's your favorite Robin, Tommy?
Jason Todd.
Let's go around.
Yeah.
Ricky, this is a great way to. Ricky, give us your best Nightwing.
I'm sorry, it's Dick. I love Dick.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Quote him on that.
As soon as it came out of my mouth, oh god, I'm just going.
Oh
Wow, Ricky. Damn, there's no good way to get out of that.
Yeah, I can't. I just move on, please.
I support you.
It is June. Ryan, you got a Dick? I mean, no, you got a Robin. Sorry.
He doesn't have that either, but
You're brave, Ricky.
Okay, great. I'm gonna say Richard Grayson. Just gonna avoid that.
Chris.
I love Dick Grayson's arc, but I'm gonna have to go with Jason Todd. Jason Todd's a badass.
Nice. Colin, I think I know yours. I would love to hear it though.
I actually have 2. It's going to be Jason Todd and Carrie Kelly.
Wow,
that is a wild take.
that's crazy.
Respect.
Why
Only Carrie
Respect.
Kelly in the Dark Knight Returns, the first one. The other, but yeah.
What about that sets her apart?
It's just the imagery of. Oh hell
Nice.
yeah, I
Good
like
job,
that. It's the imagery of her and Old Man Batman just together, and she made a very strong first impression of like it's the narration with Bruce Wayne where he talks about Jason and soldiers and how like she's strong, she's brave, she's perfect.
Nice, dude. I don't hear that often. So good on you, dude.
I like that take.
It's a
Dick
good one.
Grayson's worse than Tim Drake, though. I'm
Yeah,
not a big
I
Dick
haven't,
Grayson fan.
Was it?
Recently though, like I wasn't on the. I thought Dick was like overrated. That sounds off too.
There's no good way of saying.
That sounds wrong as well.
Dick rocks, man.
But recently,
Someone clip that.
Oh, that's going everywhere. Collins, everybody. Sorry, Colin, go over.
Just put like Happy Pride Month and just like me and Rick.
Overrated.
Recently, Tom Taylor's Nightwing run has been incredible, and that has changed my opinion on Nightwing. But I still go with Jason just because one of the first movies with Robin I've ever seen was Batman Under the Red Hood.
Was that the one with Jensen Ackles as voice?
Yeah, unbelievable movie.
Incredible.
Okay.
Don't
I've done
watch
that
the
monologue
Death
so
in the
many
Family
times.
one.
So bad.
Why? I've always heard it's.
They had,
Is
like,
that the
a
one you
gimmick.
choose your ending?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
was
Why?
stupid.
Why did it suck?
it was just very gimmicky, and
Oh.
at that time DC's animation wasn't the best. Like
Wasn't
they would like move at some points, but it was mostly. Do y'all remember Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions where their cutscenes would just like they wouldn't move, but they would move the image still? It would be
Yeah.
like that.
Good cut. Nice. All right. I never watched it because that's the one with John DiMaggio as a Joker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kick
because
it
he
off.
does. He stays the Joker in Under the Red Hood as well, which is great. And it's just that Death in the Family version. What you're saying, the animation wasn't good.
Yeah.
The stories were just kind of dumb. The way that they would go with them, but
And then like
Under the Red
Jason
Hood,
was like
amazing.
Jason was Red Robin at one of those
Doesn't
shorts.
make
It was
sense.
Was
odd.
he really?
Yeah, he was like a murderous Red Robin.
Ew. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. Sorry, Ryan. We already said yours, right? You said you.
He loves
Richard.
Dick.
Yeah,
It's Richard. He was
Yeah,
careful.
Richard.
He was careful. Cameron,
made it safe.
there you go.
I'm gonna go with a little outside of the box pick. I'm gonna pick Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where he isn't Robin,
But his name's Robin.
Dude,
I was a joke. It's probably Mr. Grayson. I just wanted to give that a shout out because
No.
what a move
What
moment.
a blue ball too. At least follow through with it. You know?
No, genuine.
I mean, it's also not even like a great way how they mentioned. They're like, I like your original name. You should use it. Robin. We're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Oh.
cool. Nice. Shut the fuck up, Chris Nolan.
Michael Bay.
Come on, what did you say?
I said, like, your name, Robin. And then she looks at the camera and it's like directed by Michael Bay in Linkin Park.
Kind of like does a wink like in the Naked Gun trailer. Like, get it? For the one guy in the crowd. I'm surprised no one picked Damien.
Just Damian
Wayne
sucks.
sucks.
Dude, Damien's a badass.
This is a
A
badass.
whiny loser.
Hey,
Damien's a petulant child. First of all, let's get something straight.
Gets
He
his ass
doesn't.
beat,
He
though.
doesn't deserve a seat at the table. The only reason he's there is because
alimony's expensive.
Yes.
Oh,
Damien
baby
has
Robin.
one good series. You guys should all check it out because he starts off as whiny, but he actually grows until like DC reboots with a new writer and they fuck it up. But
Do you have the name?
it's by Batman and Robin. It was a part of the new 52 initiative. It's by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. His first arc is Damian just getting out of that whiny phase. And at the end of it, like Batman and Damian and Bruce's like relationship as father and son grow bigger. And they also touch on the fact when Damian died of like Bruce like going through the stages of grief and trying to bring him back. And Damian improves then, but that's the only time out of like
That he's ever good.
10 years
I
or
was just
more than
curious.
10 years.
Because I was always curious, like, why no one really likes Damien. I'm like, I thought he was kind of cool in some of the shows and stuff. I mean,
I will
look,
say I do
like-
hate that he's
like
gonna be
his
the Robin.
attitude. I think as far as like storylines go, Bruce having a kid that's like in a lot of ways so much like him, but has the complete opposite way of going about things just because he was raised by the League of Assassins. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm still like learning a lot of lore on that side. I'm a big Marvel fan. Not so much.
this is Colin's wheelhouse.
But I think as far as like characters go, there's a lot of like room for growth and improvement, and I'm glad that Colin had mentioned that arc because at the end of the day, we're all fans, but it's nice to see writers come to the table and really flesh people out. But initially, dude, I hated him. I was like, this is a kid that apparently knows it all, but can't come to the table with his own dad in order to play nice and really grow as a hero. And that's just my perspective.
He has a lot of like Chris Evans Thor syndrome, where like he always starts off as like this like bumbling like idiot, and then like he learns his lesson, and then the next person that takes over, it's like, no, we're gonna have to relearn that lesson over and over and over again. I'm gonna milk this until we're 90. That's mostly Damien, where he's like fighting his like murderous urges and being a complete like twerp. Oh, another good series is Damien and John Kent, the Super Sons. That's also
that is a good one.
And you love John and Damien's like relationship as like friends.
Nice.
Those are the only times where like he grows. He does mature, but depending on the writer, they'll just get up. The same as like Jason. Jason has
Always
like,
got to be bad for a little bit.
Yep.
So I think one of you guys said that they didn't like that he's the new Robin for.
Yeah,
we'll wrap it up there, but
yeah, I just think I'm excited because they said that the Robins are all already out there. Red Robin will be there, Nightwing, Red Hood.
Yeah.
But I want to just see Batman train the Robins instead of just starting off at Damian. And Damian leading the Teen Titans. What was that?
I said I hope we get that with Robert Pattinson's, because there's rumors.
Yeah, because he wants to do Death in the Family.
Yeah, I hope we get that.
If we ever get a script, I mean,
it gets handed in this week.
Fingers crossed. It's a good thing.
By the way, do we think is Nightwing the most popular comic book character that hasn't shown up in a movie?
No, he has.
Yeah, he has. He's at Batman and Robin. He's wearing the Nightwing suit.
Okay.
Anyone ever pay attention to that? But he's Robin, but he's in the Nightwing gear. It makes no sense. I hate that movie.
It's for the reminder.
I will say that
Joel Schumacher sucks.
That movie and a couple of edibles and a good old Cold one in the hand.
Hey,
Good
that is
time.
Great night.
that is a good stoner flick.
That movie, I hate that movie.
To Cameron's point, I think it's got to be Red Hood because there hasn't been a live action Red Hood, is there?
Yeah,
No,
there
that's
is
not true.
Titans.
Okay, we don't. Okay,
I love season 1 of Titans.
I did too.
I'll say it.
I liked season 1. It was really fun. I wouldn't shut up about it. Colin, I mean, I don't think I shut up about season 1 when it was out when we were in school.
The suit
Yeah,
looked
I would
okay.
tell you to.
Yeah,
And then it went downhill.
Brandon Thwaites should stay Nightwing.
Like everybody is perfectly casted, but it's like the Zack Snyder's like Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, where everybody's perfectly casted, but you drop the ball so hard.
oh, insane. I mean, like Alan Ritson as Hawk. Awesome.
Great choice.
Great choice. And then Ryan Potter as Beast Boy. There was really peak in my.
And then he played Terry McGinnis in that fan film, which was
Really good.
great.
That was really.
Oh, I love that. I love
was
that.
So good. That was really, really good, man. I will never forgive DC for putting Joker 2 above the animated Batman Beyond project.
I was
Joker
gonna
2 is
say,
so
like,
fucking
speaking of
bad.
Terry McGinnis, how about that? I think they canceled it, didn't they?
Oh, the Spider-Verse style?
Yeah, that's the one.
Spider-Verse style?
They picked Joker 2 over that.
That looked so hype. I saw all the stills that were released, all the leaked stills from that. I was so excited and so hurt that they canceled that. That would have had fans like foaming at the mouth.
There'd be foam coming up other places, but yeah.
Yeah, the white's coming out all of me.
If there's foam, you got to see a doctor. Well, guys, that is our summer hits and lack of a crazy turn of events. Thank you guys so much for joining. Guys, I want to plug your guys' content. So Tommy Ryan, you guys, the Popcorn Podcast, you guys are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as Instagram and TikTok, right?
Yeah, and with our screenplays available to buy on Amazon right now.
Heard.
So make sure you go check that out.
What's the screenplay?
We wrote a home invasion horror movie. It just won an award at this contest, and it's in the finals now for another one.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's called Trespass.
Oh yeah, it's called Trespass. Might need the title.
I think it's
I
important.
gotta check that out for sure.
Nice.
I thought I had one here. I was gonna like show it up, but I don't have it.
No, I mean I'll throw an image on the screen. Ricky, thank you so much for joining. Check out Jiff and Man Reviews on Instagram. Is that all where you're at?
Yes, but
Great.
I have some other things possibly in the works, so we'll see.
Good. All right. Super
Great.
excited. Yeah, Jiff and Man on Instagram. We have Chris Edit with Ego on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Am I missing anything else?
No, that'll be pretty much it. I've got some good things coming. Little hiatus because I am reworking my entire studio. So
Nice.
yeah, please follow me, and I'm looking forward to being your theory guy.
Yeah, nice. And then of course Cameron and Colin, you guys, and you're gonna see them on the podcast a lot more often. Great seeing you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next time.